Damien Bartonek here on behalf of Fox West Texas and the official host of MMA Monday, the only MMA show in the city of San Angelo. Today is the debut of our web series, and there is no better person to cut the ribbon than MMA legend, pro boxer, and all-around good soul, Cris Cyborg. How are you doing today, Cris?
I'm great. Thankful for the opportunity. It's always nice to do some interviews, talk about next journey and what's going on. And Merry Christmas late for everyone. And Happy New Year. I know 2023 is going to be great for everyone.
Absolutely. And the last time we spoke, you were actually the first MMA interview I've ever done. It was at a Salvation Army event in San Antonio. Your team ended up winning. You did a great job. But you were telling me that you were thinking about moving to boxing. I remember that. That was back in July. So now you're coming off a win against Gabrielle Holloway, a co-main event slot in just your second ever pro fight. How has the adjustment to boxing been for you?
The beginning is just for me. It was one dream come true. I competed before wrestling, jiu-jitsu, Muay Thai, but I was never had a chance to compete boxing. So when I opened the door to do my first pro boxing in Brazil, I said, yes, this is cool. And now the second one, just to show up, it was a short notice for me. And they say, you're going to be the same, you would like to be the same card in Crawford. And my team said, Cris, this is a great opponent. So I went to Seattle training for Benavides team. We did like 2 weeks, training for the fight. But it was a great opportunity. I'm very thankful. I feel like when the opportunity show up because you're ready. And that was a great fight. It's a great fight. Nebraska's a huge, great fans.
Yeah, it's so interesting too, because this is literally only your second pro boxing fight. And I was looking more and more into your career, and you're like a black belt in Muay Thai, black belt in BJJ, right? Like you have so many tools, right? But now you're in kind of a sport that's really singular. And we've seen MMA athletes struggle in some of their boxing debuts, whether it's be Conor McGregor or it be Anderson Silva more recently against Jake Paul and Tyron Woodley, right? But for you, you've had a lot of success right out of the gate. Did you envision that level of success when you made the jump to be a pro boxer?
For me, I just have a dream to do one fight, but I knew it's different sport. I know it's different sport. I know I have a lot of things that I have to improve. It's it's 2 minutes, it's 5 minutes. So I'm willing to to learn. I'm really happy I went to Benavides team. I love training for Jose Benavides. It was amazing opportunity for me, and I learned it. I feel like my heart, no, I can do more of this, and I really can learn it. So giving me a little bit fire in my heart and to be learning, and I want to do the big fights for my fans. I mean, 18 years doing mixed martial arts, so I want to complete 20 years, and I want to complete with the great fights. And if you open the door for me doing boxing fight, I love challenge. And I just want to continue learning and continue training and be ready.
Yeah, the weight cut for you in boxing to MMA is different, right? Like you're not. Is it still as difficult for you to make the weight that you fight at boxing, or no? Is it kind of completely different?
No, it's like a different experience. Maybe I have to cut for 145.
Yeah.
And for boxing 154.
Yeah.
Is very good. I enjoy the week. It's a really different experience. Doing this last two boxes I did. And the wins is different. It's cool.
Your legacy is one of the most prestigious ones in MMA, yet you're still performing at a high level, you're still going at it. What makes you want to continue fighting after all the success that you've had?
First, I feel like what I did for sport, my legacy, I believe I'm really done. The one thing I really like to share my faith with my fans, give the hope for them. I think the one thing, and then continue doing good, be a great example for the kids, for everyone. And for me, I want to complete 20 years fighting. I'm 18, and then almost there. But I really do the big fight for my fans, and they give me the most support for them. They always support me, and they do great. I believe be happy and do great in the end of my career.
Yeah, and I hear that you have a potential return to the world of MMA, potentially against Kat Zingani. What's going on with that? What is that an idea that's being floated around right now?
The reality, she was the next one fight for the title. She's undefeated at 145 in Bellator. So we be supposed fighting before, but we see what she signed the contract to do. I believe it's gonna be summertime, and yes, I have to defend my title. It's have to be busy.
No, you've been very busy. You've been crossing over sports, doing a little bit of everything. I wanted to ask you one more before I get into the last question. Brazil in the World Cup unfortunately had a close defeat in penalties. For you, did you think it was going to be the year for Brazil? Because personally, I thought it was it. I thought Neymar, I thought the team was on point. What did you think about Brazil's World Cup performance?
The reality, I was not being focused too much at the World Cup this time. I think a lot of people in Brazil not, we just will have the election in Brazil, and then people protesting in the street like 16 days. They don't agree with the election. They want to fight about no one communist. They want the army take over. So a lot of things going on in Brazil. We are fighting for another things, but for sure, get the World Cup was gonna be great, for Brazil. And congratulations, people. Argentina, Messi did great. Yeah. Even Argentina, they're struggling out there too. Have a hard time too. And it's a great victory for them. For the world can see what's going on over there. But I was really happy for them.
Yeah, I was really rooted, and I love Brazilian, the MMA scene. I love from Alex Pereira to Charles Oliveira, yourself, right? Like I just love what Brazil's doing in combat sports. So a piece of me is always rooting for Brazil, like no matter what y'all are doing at the national stage.
Yeah, but Brazil have a lot of good champions, big name, mixed martial arts started in Brazil with the Grace family. Yeah, it's nice to see, life changing, in the sports.
Well, and another thing too, I just picked up BJJ. I just started a couple weeks ago, and I'm training under Diego Almeida. He's from Brazil. I think he's like a 10-time or 8-time IBJJF champion. He's one heck of a trainer, and I just love the culture. I love everything about Brazil. Hopefully one day I can go out there. Maybe meet Alex Pereira when I'm out there.
Yeah, start practice, learning Portuguese. Jiu-jitsu is a great for self-defense. It's a great lifestyle. You're gonna love, and congratulations for your journey. And you get it there, you get your black belt. I mean, they're happy for you.
Black belt's gonna take a little bit of time, but it's we'll see.
It's okay. For me to get my black belt take a long time. I think maybe 9-10 years for me. Yeah. Because just it's okay. You just go over there learning, and the time is gonna come.
The last time I saw you were in Texas, right? You were in San Antonio, but there's also a chance you could be fighting in Texas for your next bout. Have you enjoyed the state of Texas since you were last there, and do you look forward to returning to Texas when that time comes?
I love my fans. I love my fans. I love all the Latinos living in Texas. They're giving me a lot of love. And for me, it's a pleasure. If you're gonna open the door for fight there, for sure, I know it's gonna be full arena, and then we're gonna be great. It's. And then they say to me, I'm a Max style fight boxing, and it makes me really happy. And they just have to, have to learn a lot of things, but they say my style I have to keep up. And I'm very excited for sure. If I have the opportunities, I'm going to be great and happy to be there.
I really appreciate you for joining me, Cris. It was an honor to sit down with you yet again and really just kind of discuss what you've got going on and kind of just a little bit of everything. Please feel free to let the fans know what you have coming up next and where they can find you on social media.
So you guys can follow me at my Instagram, CrisCyborg.com. You can go to my website. All the same name, Twitter. I just did my OnlyFans. You can subscribe, have some missionary work, have some training, have a lot of good things there. Videos that don't have on YouTube is gonna find over there. So you guys can sign up. It's free. And I just want to say thank you for all my fans who just touched 100,000 followers and subscribe my YouTube. I'm really happy for all the support. And 1 week after Valentine's Day, we're gonna have our pink belt fitness. Is I'm on camp. 2 days only for girls. Sometimes it's gonna be 1 day, 2 days. We're gonna figure it out, but you can get it the news on my website. It's a training. You don't need to have any experience in mixed martial arts, nothing. I'm gonna introduce to you my words and be with you and the next journey, the training. And I'm really happy. If you'd like to know more, go to my website.
And thank you so much, Cris, again with Fox West Texas and MMA Monday. I'm Damien Bartonek, signing out. Debut #1, episode 1. Thank y'all.